Okay, so I'm just going to talk a little bit quickly about updates to the boat. I attached the runners, and I attached them actually the same way that I put the thwarts in. This time I used wooden dowels, but just every two rib sections I took a little screw and some epoxy and just put some wooden dowels in there right through the thwart. Again, I tried to kind of put them in at angles contrary to the way that the force would want to pull them out. So because this wood bends around this way, the force is going to want to pull that way. So rather than put it in like that to let it slide off, I put it in contrary to that. So it's kind of like a little miniature hook in there holding the rail on. I also added these end thwarts. Now this I wish I could take back. I read somewhere that you should leave a little gap there so the water can get out when you flip your boat upside down, which made sense to me. You don't want water staying in there and having a little mildew. Same reason I put in this little hole. And this is the same at either ends. But I hate the fact that you can see down through and see the fasteners in here. If I were to do this again, I would definitely just make these snug up. And I feel like then they'd actually provide more of a function of a thwart. I feel like right now they're basically just decoration. So probably would redo that if I were to do it again. I decided actually when I put in the floor to name the boat Ripple, which maybe is like naming a fish Swimmy. I don't know, it's maybe a little stupid, but I felt like kind of came to me. And so I like the fact that the grain kind of ripples out here from the end. And same with the floorboards. So when I book matched the floorboards, that's what gave me the idea, is it the grain kind of ripples out. And so I also tried to focus on kind of making the holders for the floorboards kind of make that ripply curve. Again, you can see here, here, here. And those are just aesthetic things that I decided to do. Doesn't really matter for you. So this is the side with the nylon cut. Looks nice and clean. This is the nylon yet to be cut. And I'm just letting the epoxy dry on that side for the fasteners. So I thought this was a good time to get some kind of transition. There are a couple different things going on the boat. The last thing I wanted to mention is that when you cut this nylon, this is the difference between this side. I used just a wood burning kit from Joann Fabrics. It cost me like $9 or $11. And I bought the nicest one. You can get them for $4. But this is the side cut with scissors. And it just frays. It's a pain to work with. And this is the side cut with the wood burner. So 100% use that. It's easy. So that's a great little tip that I wanted to share. So we'll get that done. Get the rails on. And then I'm going to do something with the front here. I'm going to try to put just some kind of runners on the front as well. Because I couldn't sew the ends on. I don't like the way they looked. But we're mostly into aesthetic stuff now. And then I'll flip it over and we'll start epoxying. So there is the boat thus far.